Right, looking at this chart, we can see that the Williams, both of them are up. They're both ready here. However, this hasn't dropped past the 10 yet, so I'm not sure about that. That has to wait until this drops past the 10 and then we can go with it. If it doesn't, we don't go. But before, I'll go with that. Even though this is closing up, you see the sell signal, the next one's going to probably be a buy. Look, see it's crushed. I probably wouldn't go for that. See what this one says. That's nowhere near the 10. This one is not past the 10 yet. Just have to wait and see. It's quite possible, but I have not traded this currency pair before. All of this is test. I want to see if it works or not on multiple currencies, or whether it's just the beast. But before I will go with that. That looks good. It's passed. There's an arrow. It's in the zone. Everything's right with it. It's past this, but if you don't pass the 10, you'll be going too early. It has to pass the 10. So we'll look at that in a minute. Okay, back on the beast. This has passed the 50 here. It's just past the 50. But you see how it's been in this zone for a while. It's like 24 candles. I don't really like that fact, but it has passed the 50 here. So what we can do, we can put a stop loss below this one here. Let's see what the stop is. 34 points. We can put a 34 and see. Me personally, I wouldn't really like that one, but I want to see if it works or not. So we'll do it with £1 a pop. £1 a pop. Stop 34. Look to double it. 68. And put a buy in there. That. See what happens. So the stop, it's just under here like that. But personally, when it's up in here like this, I don't really like it. I'd prefer to wait until this dips down and both of them come in at the same time like this. Look, see? Let's see what that one's like. Does that one come in at the same time? See, that's past the 50. Do you see what I'm saying? This is past the 50. But you see what happens here? Look at the big dip. You would have been stopped out regardless of announcements or what. That's what happens. I prefer it to come into the strong sell zone at least. At least. This one's a bit of a gamble. It's maybe a 60-40 trade. I won't call it 80-20. This is probably a 60-40. So we'll see what happens with that. Right, we risked 30 points. Look, it's shot up. So what we can do, that's your 1 for 1 right there. We can come out now, but if you look at the 10, it's nowhere near the 10. So as we said we would do, we're going to wait for it to come near the 10. So I'm just going to move the stop loss to break even, just above break even, because by rights I can move, I should be able to move it there, but I don't see that as a significant candle, so I'd leave it there at break even and just see what happens. It's going into the strong sell zone. It's been in this zone for a while down here. It's getting into this zone here. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Let's see if we can ride it a bit further than that. It's breaking daily highs as we speak. Yeah, so what's going on now? What's the time? 9:50. What is this? This is a 5-minute chart. Let's change that. Yeah, that's right. So really and truly this should be down a bit lower down here, but we want to just leave it at break even. So we'll leave that there and watch this 10-minute, watch this 10-day, see if it actually, whether we can ride it until it touches the 10. So in that case, what I might do is insert MA cross indicator. This indicator will tell us when it crosses the 10 by about 4 pips, which should be fine. Do we need the arrows? No arrows needed. Even though we don't need this either. So just leave the indicator there like that. And it should tell us, it should give me an alert on my phone once it crosses. Because really and truly I'm kind of happy with 1-to-1 on this kind of scenario. Get in, get out very fast, just 1-to-1. But I just want to test it to see what happens, so I'd leave it and let's see what happens. But really and truly at the moment 1-to-1 is cool with me. As you can see, we're back. We were stopped out, it passed the 10-day moving average, and we came out at break even. Really and truly we should have left, we should have taken the profit as I presumed we should take at the 30. When we got 29 points we should have just taken it all, but we wanted to see this through. Our objective today was not to make money, but to see what will happen if we leave this until we hit the 10-day moving average with this scenario. Not with a strong buy, but with a scenario whereby it's already in strong buy and it passes the 50 on the Williams 100, as you can see. So what we would do next time is, once we get this scenario, we would take a 1-to-1 ratio profit, which we were fine with. It shot up and we could have made our money straight away. However, as you can see, it rejected or refused to come into the the strong buy zone, and I kind of predicted that because it's already been in strong buy for a number of candles, as you saw earlier when I mentioned that. So let's just see how many candles it was again. 25 candles, 15 minutes. That's a long time. 25 divided by, yeah, that's a long time. Just over 7 hours it's been, sorry, over 6 hours it's been in this strong buy zone in the Williams 17. So next time, once we get a scenario like this, we can take it, but we are looking at only a 1-to-1 ratio to take profit. 1-to-1 ratio only. I would not wait for the price to hit the 10-day moving average, because the money is the money is not that, or the pips is not that far. Whereas if I show you another scenario whereby the pips are long, let's have a look if we can find another scenario like that. Well, what we done yesterday, isn't it? But this is simultaneous. Yes, no, this is coming out of the buy zone. That's a Mamba trade, going into the buy zone. See, it's very unpredictable, really and truly, because yesterday on a sell we had the same scenario. No, that's not the truth. It's not the same scenario. Here, this is a perfect suggestion here. It hits the 50, comes down the 50, but as you can see, it's only in the sell zone for an hour. Only 4 candles. It's only in there for 4 candles. So, and even if, yeah, 4 candles right there. Whereas this one has been in there for 6.5 hours before we actually get it past the buy zone. I mean the 50. So that's the conclusion. The conclusion is, if the Williams 17 is already in a strong buy for a number of hours, take this buying opportunity with caution. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio only, which you are looking for. Either that, or you wait for the Williams 100 to reach strong buy levels and then go in. But even that I would still be a bit dubious about, because of this longevity in the strong buy zone of the Williams 100. No, Williams 17.